The story around Robert Trent Jones Sr. is quite interesting. Born in the UK, came to the U.S. at the age of 6, graduated from Cornell University. He then became a caddy and a head golf professional before he turned his attention to golf course design. All in total, he became the most prolific golf course architect of the 20th century. Credited with designing or redesigning more than 500 golf courses in 45 states and 35 countries around the globe. It's often said that the sun never sets on a Robert Trent Jones Sr. golf course. But I think his most crowning achievement came right here in Fort Lauderdale, when in the mid-50s, he and his wife purchased a piece of property where he designed, built, and they operated for the next 5 decades the Coral Ridge Country Club. Fort Lauderdale is one of the most popular tourist destinations in the Sunshine State. It is also the yachting capital of the world. And while nearby Miami might have a more vibrant nightlife, Fort Lauderdale runs at a different vibe level. Now, if you want to slow down the pace even more, then head about 8 miles up the coast to Lauderdale by the Sea. The large mansions down in Fort Lauderdale are replaced by quiet streets filled with quaint homes. And while the beaches seem to be about the same, at Lauderdale by the Sea, anglers can try their luck at the local fishing pier. This town of about 6,000 residents has been called a lot of things, from charming to convenient. And with a wonderful selection of restaurants and watering holes, this South Florida gem offers a look back into the charm of old Florida. And guess what? It sits right at the doorstep of several internationally acclaimed cities. For Robert Trent Jones Sr., Coral Ridge Country Club was a dream come true.
This is where my father started his own club in the middle 50s and really held court here until he passed in the year 2000. He really wanted to keep changing this golf course, much like Donald Ross, when he lived next to Pioneers number 2, kept changing that golf course. And that makes the golf course evolve and really become better and better.
You might say this was the backyard for Rees Jones. As a young man growing up, he played golf here at Coral Ridge all the time. So when it came time to update what his father had originally created, who was better suited to do the job than Rees Jones?
Because I sort of followed his map. I just redid the green contours, redid the bunkers, relocated a lot of bunkers, put the fairway fill in, improved the drainage. So I really just took this golf course to the future. I guess when I would play the golf course with him, he'd tell me why he did such a design or why he angled the green the way he did. And I learned from him as the years went by. But I think this is a place where I really got to play with him the most and understand how well he could play, as well as what the shot options were at Coral Ridge.
For Rees Jones, his return to Coral Ridge in 2020 was like going back home.
I really wanted it to be even more special than it was when he conceived it. And I think that's what we achieved. We added a lot of water but in appropriate places in order to get the fill for the fairways, to elevate the fairways and improve the drainage. Now there's more flow and more contour in the fairways, and now you get some speed slots on some of the drives. And it really looks like it's windswept. It looks like it's been here forever. Every hole is distinctively different, and I think that's quite an achievement for my father and myself. The 16th, which is probably the most famous one of my father's, because he would be photographed on that green for the different commercials they ran with him as the main character. And then number 5 was ranked one of the best 18 holes in America. Well, I've been very fortunate to have redone a lot of my father's golf courses. This is where the family really resided, and this was my father's baby. And so this was very special to me.
Hi, I'm Mindy Brittner from Fit for Golf, Fit for Life, and we're here at Porter's Neck Country Club in Wilmington, North Carolina. Now, if you came to me as a golfer and you were asking my assistance with your golf swing, you want to hit farther, you want to hit better, you don't want to have any pain, you want to be injury-free, one of the first assessments I would do with you is something called the deep squat test, or deep squat assessment. It doesn't require any weight. It just tells me, and it's going to tell you here in a few minutes, what your strengths and weaknesses are,
head over to
and what may be contributing to your inconsistency or your pain in your golf swing. So let's go ahead and try this.
Get free shipping.
This is something you can do every day. I want you to
BottleT.net.
grab a mirror. Make sure you're in front of a mirror so you can actually see what you're doing. I want you to take your shoes off. You take your shoes off because that little bit of a heel lift in your shoe can be a little bit of a cheat. So you're going to take your feet in golf stance, or a little bit wider than your hips. You're going to bring your arms out in front of you to counterbalance. As you reach your arms out in front of you, I want you to push your hips back behind you. Now, as you check yourself out in the mirror, you should have a pretty straight back. And when I say straight, you want a straight line between your head and your tailbone. As soon as you start rounding like this, your posture is broken. Something's going wrong. Okay, if you don't have any pain, you're going to keep going. If your back's nice and flat, you're going to keep going. Stop. As soon as these knees start going past your toes or your heels start to lift, we just found something. Maybe your ankles aren't as mobile as they need to be. Maybe your hips aren't as mobile as they need to be. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Oh, if you start to fall backwards, maybe your core's not kicking in. Start coming down, start coming down. Your goal would be that you can come down the entire way, and this should be relaxing. You can maybe move around a little bit, move to the right, move to the left, move in a circle, move your legs a little bit in a figure 8, and just kind of hang out right here. This would be the ultimate. Maybe we can go up and rotate, back swing. Bring your hand back down. Maybe you can go up into follow through. Bring your hands back down, working on your posture. And then start to come back out of it. Push through your heels, nice flat back, still staying in your golf stance or athletic ready stance, and then stand back up. That is a deep squat assessment. Before I load you, before you load yourself, which means before you put weight on your back, before you hold on to dumbbells, before you put a bar anywhere, you better be able to get into a deep squat without pain, and then come back up slowly. Okay. Why is that important? If you can't do that very well, Brittner from it Fit could for be Golf, something Fit wrong for with your Life, ankles. and we're here at Porter's Neck Country Club in Wilmington, North Carolina. It could be now, any if you part came of your to me spine, as a golfer and you were asking what I would my highly assistance recommend is with you your find somebody close to you farther, in your area who is a certified golf fitness specialist to work on your deep squat. One of the first for that exercise and more ways to help your deep squat, go ahead and check out my website, Fit for Golf, USA.com. It just tells me, and it's going to tell you here in a few minutes, what
Coral Ridge was basically the family home.
What may be contributing to your
and so when I came here last year
so let's go ahead and try this.
To renovate the golf course,
you can do every
it was
day.
like returning home, and like every home has to be upgraded.
So you can actually see what you were doing.
I really wanted it to be even more special than it was when he conceived it.
That little bit of a heel lift in your shoe
in many respects, this 18-hole
so
par
you're
72
take your feet
layout,
golf stance, or a little bit
originally
wider than
designed
your hips.
by Robert Trent Jones Sr. in 1954 and restored by Rees Jones in 2020, is a timeless masterpiece.
Now, as you check yourself out in the mirror, you should have a pretty straight back.
The whole
when I say
project
straight,
was
a straight line
a restoration project to kind of bring back what his dad had built so many years ago, but mainly to do the drainage and brand new irrigation.
If you don't have any pain, you're going to keep going. If your back's nice and flat, you're going to keep going.
Throughout this golf course, you'll notice the runway-style tee boxes that were really the signature of Robert Trent Jones Sr.
Maybe your ankles are
we widened them, we lengthened some of them, we added back tees on some holes. But for the most part, we kept the character of his tees, which are square and long and angled towards the fairway.
Start coming down. Your goal
Add in the undulating greens with an ample amount of protection, and you have a golf course that seems to be an easy bogey, but a very hard par.
This is a golf course that I think most people think that they can make a lot of birdies out here, and it's quite the opposite.
This would be the ultimate.
You feel like you can attack a lot of holes,
Maybe
but
we
at
can
the end of the
go
day,
up
when you look
and
at your scorecard, it's like,
swing.
gosh, I shot what?
Bring your hand back down. Maybe even go up into
But if you actually play the
through.
appropriate tee for your level of play, this is a golf course that you can play and enjoy day in and day out.
Flat back, still staying in your
From the back championship tee, this golf course stretches out to 73.22 and offers a course rating of 75.8 and a slope of 136. And with the forward tees playing to an even 4,600 yards.
Before you hold on to dumbbells.
But it's still a target golf course. You've got to hit your golf shots off the tee box, and then kind of getting those shots into the green is where the challenge lies.
It's a well-bunkered golf course and appropriately bunkered, and the greens are well protected by sand and water. I think this is a great golf course for the everyday player.
It could be any part of your spine.
Coral Ridge Country Club.
What I would highly
Jones inspired, Jones restored,
in your area
and truly a world-class golf course at the only private club
for that exercise
in Fort Lauderdale.
And more ways to help your deep squat. Go ahead and check out my website.
Hi, my name's Dolph Roeder.
USA.
I'm the lead instructor here at Coral Ridge Country Club. What I want to talk about is putting today. It's the one thing that we can control,
the family home.
and it is the least practice club in our bag.
When I came here last year,
so what we've got set up here is I've got two tees set up here.
It was like returning home,
wider
and
than
like every
my
home
putter.
has to be upgraded.
So what you would do is you would get in here.
I really wanted it to be
down,
even
just
more
outside
special than it was
putter
when
on
he
both
conceived
sides.
it.
About 4 inches out, what you're going to do
in many respects,
is you're going to get the
18-hole par 72 layout,
and put 2 more tees in the ground.
Designed by Robert
You're going to get back and you're going to start working on your routine.
And
you're going to start working on your rhythm.
In 2020,
so what I like to do is I have one ball that I play with. That's got a line on it. That's going to be my fourth
project was a restoration
my first
project.
I'm just going to make sure
bring back what his
that it's
dad
between
had
these two tees.
So many years ago.
Take a step back, take a look at it, and start working on routine and stroke.
Throughout this golf course, you'll notice the runway-style tee boxes that were really the signature of Robert Trent Jones Sr.
We widened them, we lengthened some
when
of them.
When you get finished with 2 or 3 balls, take the ball that you're going to use when you're playing.
We kept the
Mine
character
is
of
I draw a red line on my golf ball. Again, working on routine.
Add in the undulating greens with an ample amount of protection.
Take a step back.
And you have a
make
golf
sure
course
it's
that
lined
seems
up
to be an
between
easy
those.
bogey, but a very hard par.
Come in and start going through your routine again.
Course that I think
my routine is a couple practice strokes looking at the hole,
and
trying to feel what my eyes see.
You feel like you can attack a lot of holes.
Get set up.
At the end of the day, when you look at your scorecard,
take one look, come back, and stroke the putt.
But if you actually play the appropriate tee
this
for
is
your
the drill
level of
that
play,
I think
this
works
is a
the
golf
best.
course that you can play and
dealing
enjoy
with
day in and day
contact.
out.
path of the putt and actually working routine.
Championship tee, this golf course
Why do I
stretches
think
out
here's
to
most important?
73.22.
It's because
it offers a
the
course
putter
rating of
is the most used club in the bag,
and a slope of
and it's
136.
also the least practiced club in the bag.
And with the forward tees,
if you got any questions about this drill, please reach out to your PGA professional.
But it's still
they
a
can always
golf
help.
Course. You've got to hit your golf shots off the tee box, and then you got to get
of
those
the
shots
4
into
par
the green
5s out here at Coral Ridge, number 4 is the shortest.
It's a well-bunkered golf course and appropriately bunkered, and the greens are
on some days, this golf hole can play very difficult.
I think
and on other days, it might seem
for the everyday player.
easy.
Some might
Coral
say that
Ridge
it
Country
is,
Club.
you know, as I mentioned before,
inspired,
it is a risk-reward
Jones
hole.
restored,
It being shorter,
truly
it's typically downwind most times.
The only private club in Fort Lauderdale. Lengthwise, this par 5 placed a 553 from the back championship tee and 367 from the forward tee. And here at hole number 4, I don't think it's a grip it and rip it situation. You need to decide whether you're going to play it as a 2 or a 3-shot par 5. And if you do want to go for the green in 2, well, you'll be rolling the dice on this one.
It's a full carry over water to a shallow green.
Now, if you're playing this as a 3-shot par 5, finding the right spot in the fairway on your second shot will give you the best angle on your third shot into this shallow green.
Going into that hole thinking you can make a birdie easily, par at the worst, and you walk away with a bogey.
When it comes to golf, there's so much to love about Coral Ridge Country Club. It's 18 holes of Robert Trent Jones Sr. designed golf that was recently renovated by his son Rees. Then add in a new 9-hole short course, the Rees 9. But there's more to Coral Ridge Country Club than just golf, including a very active tennis program that features 11 courts.
We have 11 ladies teams that play out of here. We have junior programs for 3-year-olds up through tournament players. We have a program we can fit anybody into. Okay, we'll find you games, but you can come out in an hour. You're going to get a great workout.
How do you fit one into the other?
It's low profile, so we're family friendly. We're casual,
golf is time
laid back,
unwind friendly.
This iconic club will
It's
cover
still
your
time to
palate
pick up the kids
and
friendly.
offer events
9 holes
that
is
will
after
wow
5 friendly.
everyone.
It's I can post this score and it
more than
counts
just the
friendly.
standard dining, all of those
There's a
special
lot to love
events and all
about
the little
golf.
activities
So
too
when
that
there's
we
less
offer.
time,
Kids eat
USGA
free.
says play
the
9.
kids activities such as
How's
Kids
your
Can
short
Cook,
game?
Friday Night Kids Club. So that brings all the families here as well, which is a key part of the club.
Coral Ridge Country Club in Fort Lauderdale. Great golf, great amenities, and amazing people.
Hi, my name's Golf Roeder. I'm the lead instructor here at Coral Ridge Country Club. What I want to talk about is putting today. It's the one thing that we can control, and it is the least practiced club in our bag.
Hole number 5 may not be the longest par 3 on the layout here at Coral Ridge.
A little bit
But for some
wider
golfers,
than
they may
my
have the
putter.
tendency to
So what
focus
you
on
would
the
do is you would get in
H2O
here,
in front of them
you'd set a tee
instead
down
of the
just
intended
outside
target
your
to hit
putter
2.
on both sides. About 4 inches out, what you're going to do is you're going to get the width of the ball and put
Probably
2 more
the
tees in
toughest
the
hole
ground.
for our lady golfers.
You're going to get back and you're going to start working on your
because
routine.
that water is right there.
You're going to start working on your rhythm. So what I like to do is I have one
More
ball
often
that I
than
play
not,
with.
this par
That's got
3
a
will
line
play
on it.
into the wind,
That's
so
gonna
you're
be my
looking at a
fourth putt.
club to maybe 2 clubs
My
extra
first putt, I'm just
when
going to
you
make
teed up
sure
here.
that it's between these 2 tees.
These par 3s
Take
definitely
a step back,
add a lot of teeth
take a
to
look
the
at
whole
it,
golf course
and
experience.
start working on routine and strokes.
Playing it safe and hitting to the center of the green might be a good option. But then again, it may not because of where the pin is cut on that particular day.
When you get finished with 2 or 3 balls,
You hit it just
take the ball that you're
to
going
the
to
center of
use
the
when
green.
you're
Sometimes
playing.
you get that
Mine
hill
is
and
I draw a red
that
line
ball
on
carries
my
over
golf
to the
ball.
left, and you're looking at a
Again,
60, 70 foot
working
putt,
on routine.
which is daunting for a lot of people.
Line your ball up, take a step back, Make sure it's lined up between those. Come in and start going through your routine again. My routine is a couple practice strokes looking at the hole.
I think without a doubt the most popular hole out here at Coral Ridge Country Club is hole number 16.
Take one look, come back, and stroke the putt.
Yeah, this is definitely the signature hole. We got the signature fountain there.
This is the drill that I think works the best for dealing with center
Number
face
16 certainly not the longest par 3 on this golf course, yet it represents what Robert Trent Jones Sr. was trying to do. And that was to make every golfer work hard to get a good score on all of the par 3s out here at Coral Ridge.
If you've got any questions about this drill, please reach out to your PGA professional.
Being able to strike the ball well off the tee here at number 16 is one thing. Understanding wind direction of the 4 par 5s out here at Coral Ridge, number 4 is the shortest, but length can be deceiving.
And again, that's where the wind really kind of comes into play too. Typically comes out of the south and is blowing against your shot, crosswind. Some might say that it is. You know, as I mentioned before, it is a risk-reward hole.
So hit a deep enough shot into the green, have your ball stay up on top, and who knows, you're putting for birdie, or at least walk off number 16 with a par. 553 for the back championship team. Hope you had as much fun as we have here at Coral Ridge. Great layout, originally designed by Robert Trent Jones Sr., redesigned by Rees Jones. I'm Alan Hunter. For all of us here at Golf America, hit them long and straight, and we'll see you next time. 3-shot par 5. And if you do want to go for the green in 2, well, you'll be rolling the dice on this one.
It's a full carry over water to a shallow green.
Now, if you're playing this as a 3-shot par 5, finding the right spot in the fairway on your second shot will give you the best angle on your third shot into the shallow green.
Going into that hole thinking you can make a birdie easily, par at the worst, and you walk away with a bogey.
When it comes to golf, there's so much to love about Coral Ridge Country Club. It's 18 holes of Robert Trent Jones Sr. designed golf that was recently renovated by his son Rees. Then add in a new 9-hole short course, the Rees 9. But there's more to Coral Ridge Country Club than just golf, including a very active tennis program that features 11 courts.
We have 11 ladies teams that play out of here. We have junior programs for 3-year-olds up through tournament players. We have a program we can fit anybody into. Okay, we'll find you games, but you can come out in an hour. You're going to get a great workout.
It's low profile, so we're family friendly, we're casual, laid back.
This iconic club will pamper your palate and offer events that will wow everyone.
More than just the standard dining, all of those special events and all the little activities too that we offer. The kids eat free, the kids activities such as Kids Can Cook, Friday Night Kids Club. So that brings all the families here as well, which is a key part of the club.
Coral Ridge Country Club in Fort Lauderdale. Great golf, great amenities, and amazing people. Hole number 5 may not be the longest par 3 on the layout here at Coral Ridge, but for some golfers, they may have the tendency to focus on the H2O in front of them instead of the intended target to hit 2.
Probably the toughest hole for our lady golfers because that water is right there.
More often than not, this par 3 will play into the wind, so you're looking at a club to maybe 2 clubs extra when you tee it up here.
These par 3s definitely add a lot of teeth to the whole golf course experience.
Playing it safe and hitting to the center of the green might be a good option. But then again, it may not because of where the pin is cut on that particular day.
If you hit it just to the center of the green, sometimes you get that hill and that ball carries over to the left and you're looking at a 60, 70-foot putt, which is daunting for a lot of people.
A lot of guys will bail out here to the right-hand side.
When I was a kid, we used to hit golf balls off a bottle. Why? It was teed up high, you'd swing up on it, you could kill it, hit it forever. Well, now there's a teaching aid called the bottle tee. Easy to use, goes in your bag. What does it do for you? Because it's up in the air, my tendency, I don't want to hit down on it. I'm going to want to get turned, come from the inside and catch it slightly on the upswing, because if I can do that, I launch it up in the air, it's going to go a lot better. Plus, my path is so much better with that ball sitting up there. So just by putting it on a tee, it changes your mind's perception or the task of what the club has to do, which changes your swing. That's a pretty good teaching aid that does all that without you thinking.
Head over to BottleTee.net. You'll get 2 bottle tees and 2 4 yards more tees for $24.95. Get free shipping now at BottleTee.net.
The bottle tee gives you a new picture, gives you a new feel, and it's going to change your swing. It's something you need to have in your bag.
This place that I call I don't want to explain it to her like that.
I think without a doubt the most popular hole out here at Coral Ridge Country Club is hole number 16.
Yeah, this is definitely the signature hole. We got the signature fountain there.
Number 16 is certainly not the longest par 3 on this golf course, yet it represents what Robert Trent Jones Sr. was trying to do. And that was to make every golfer work hard to get a good score on all of the par 3s out here at Coral Ridge. Being able to strike the ball well off the tee here at number 16 is one thing. Understanding wind direction and speed is another.
Again, that's where the wind really kind of comes into play too. Typically comes out of the south and is blowing against your shot, crosswind.
So hit a deep enough shot into the green, have your ball stay up on top, and who knows, you're putting for birdie or at least walk off number 16 with a par. Hope you had as much fun as we have here at Coral Ridge. Great layout, originally designed by Robert Trent Jones Sr., redesigned by Rees Jones. I'm Alan Hunter. For all of us here at Golf America, hit 'em long and straight, and we'll see you next time.